What is up, YouTube? It's Jared. You're watching Spinning Wheel, and this is the first video in my 10 video series on my top 10 favorite supercars. To kick it off, I have the Ferrari California T. Now, it's no surprise that the Ferrari should make the list somewhere, but a California T, some people may not agree with. There's a reason it's number 10 and not number 3, number 5, or even number 1. The Ferrari California T is one of the most beautiful modern designs from Ferrari, in my opinion, for a front-engine supercar. Alright, so for those that know, the Ferrari California T is actually a V8, not a V10, not a V12, but it's turboed. So it's twin-turbo V8, producing 560 horsepower at the wheels, and it propels itself from 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds, which is, I think, 3 seconds faster than the old Ferrari California, which only produced about 420 horsepower. Alright, so there's extra horsepower, more speed. It's overall just a better designed engine. It's also got 20% less carbon emissions than the previous one, which was a 4.3 liter V8 producing the 420 horsepower. So Ferrari did a great job of squishing the engine down, more power, less emissions, which is good for those people that really like green whatever. Now, some of you might not know that the Ferrari California T was actually going to be badged as a TT for the twin turbo, but Ferrari didn't think Audi would really appreciate the TT badge being used on the back of a Ferrari, so they took one of them off and left it at just one T for the turbo in general. However, this car is still really quick. It has been tested and gone 196 miles an hour. And I know I said no car is going to go on this list unless it can actually be projected at over 200 miles an hour or go 200 miles an hour. Now, Ferrari has said in a Car and Driver article that they believe, because of the new displacement, the new engine setup, and the twin turbos, that the Ferrari California would actually hit over 200 miles an hour if it had enough room to get up to speed. Having said that, nobody's actually done it or tried. But then again, this is a GT car. Who's going to be sitting there wondering if a convertible Ferrari can actually go 200 miles an hour when it looks as stunning as it does, and it's just supposed to be driven around corners along the coast of California? This is not supposed to be a track day car. So I am going to be a tad bit lenient here on the speed, just because Ferrari does believe that the car would hit 200. It's just never actually been tested or proven that it can actually hit it. So, having said that, I think I snuck one by myself even when I was going through this list. Who knew? Now, the gearbox in the Ferrari California is something special. It's a 7-speed automatic dual-clutch transmission based off their F1 racing. This gearbox does help the car get its good gas mileage. And when I say good, it's just relatively good. It gets 14 miles to the gallon in the city and 19 miles to the gallon on the highway. Now, Ferrari made this a concern of theirs from the previous model. Like I said, it was a 4.3 liter before. Now they're going to a smaller displacement 3.8 liter twin turbo setup, but it has 20% less emissions. So it's more efficient than the previous motor, and it looks a heck of a lot better. Not the motor, but the car. The car looks a heck of a lot better, and overall it just makes the Ferrari California that much more desirable. And now we come to the convertible top. My favorite part of the car, but also my least favorite part of the car. I love the fact that you can remove the top at the push of a button. It takes 14 seconds to drop, and then you can enjoy the rest of your cruise with the sun and the wind blowing through your hair. Now, the only thing I don't like about the drop top is that it doesn't flip over like the Super America does. I love the glass top Super America top that just flips right back over onto the trunk. That is one of the best drop top convertible tops ever produced. Now, a Ferrari California is going to cost about $200,000. Pocket change to some, and maybe a life savings for others. So I was on the website for Ferrari while I was getting ready to do this video, and I just looked up some of the accessories or the additives, the things you can buy that are extra for the car. There are 5 different colors of red that you can get for the Ferrari California. I don't know if you can get it for all Ferraris or if this is just the California, but 5 different colors of red. That seems like a little bit of an overkill. I understand red is their most popular color because who doesn't want a Ferrari that's red? Well, now you have 5 different shades of red that you can choose from. On top of that, you have 6 different wheel choices and about 10 different paint colors you can get for your calipers. Yes, there's more paint options for the calipers than there is for the actual car. Why is that? I haven't a clue, but it does make customizing your Ferrari California, even though it's a Ferrari, it does mean you can customize it more to where it's one of a kind, or at least one of a few, than just this one just rolled off the production line and I bought it because I wanted to have a Ferrari. Moving to the interior. The interior of the car is gorgeous. Of course it's going to be. It's Ferrari. Ferrari isn't going to put cheap materials in their interior. Leather is wrapped everywhere. The steering wheel is futuristic, to say the least. I think it's a bit cluttered having all the buttons that are on there, but that's just how Ferrari does it now. It's part of the experience. The car is still a 2+2 as it was before, but as before, you still can't fit anybody in the back seat. Why they bother to have the back seats, I have no idea. Maybe a car seat, but I don't know. I've never seen somebody try to do it, but it just seems ridiculous to put 2 back seats in this car when you're not going to use them ever. I mean, probably the only reason you would use it is to put a picnic basket in so you can stop along the coast as you're driving and have a sandwich. That's really the only reason I can think of. Alright, well, thanks for watching the video, guys. Be sure to subscribe. I'll put a link right there. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. That way you can stay up to date and see the next video as it comes out. Any guesses on what number 9 is going to be? You can leave those below in the comment section. Alright, you guys have a wonderful day. Keep it yagging. Talk to you later. Something that I just thought was completely random as I was checking out the Ferrari website today, building my own Ferrari California T, you can get a freaking fire extinguisher installed from the factory. Does anybody think that's odd?